Crystal D. Wolf, I'm gonna ask you this. Me, Father D, I'm probably already went through this question, but it came from a post that on Instagram, and it was just like, can black men and black women have a reset button, just to start over with each other? So I want to ask you two personally, is like the state of black men and black women and how we treat each other. How do you, on the scale of 1 to 10, how do you think we treat each other?
On a scale of 2,
1 to 10.
well, I picked the number 2.
Huh.
You picked the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. What about you, D Wolf?
I'd probably say today. Huh. Oh yeah, I'll say like 2 or 3, but I think they want 10. It's not to say it's not wanted, but that's how it is. So yeah, I'd say like I'll land on 3.
Okay. Did you want me to elaborate, or you just want
Yeah,
to
I was just about to ask. So
yeah,
I was just about to ask why 2 and D Wolf why 3, but Crystal first.
All right. Well, the reason I picked 2 is because the black man is desirable in any era. So at the end of the day, when the black woman is not desirable and she's portrayed in media as the worst thing to date, and other cultures make money off of badgering the black woman, a lot of people would say words don't hurt, but through years of this going on, it can actually affect the mental health of a black woman if she internalizes that, or she's not strong enough, or she doesn't have the support system. So what tends to happen is she takes that hatred for herself and attacks the person that she feels should protect her against other cultures. And that can turn into an ugly war between the black man and the black woman. So also, when you hear the black woman, you hear a strong black woman. It sounds natural, and that's not normal. You don't hear the strong white woman. You don't hear the strong Asian woman, because they get a chance to practice their softness, their femininity. For the black woman, she's always considered strong and she can handle anything. But when she wants to be vulnerable, she's considered weak in society's eyes. So that's another thing. So it's in each relationship, you have to know your role. If the black woman feels that she's the strong black woman and she has to handle everything, she will never know how to lead or let a man take his rightful place in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Also, when it comes to the betrayal syndrome, we also have to deal with that as well. The black man and the black woman have to deal with that and heal on their own. So I really feel the reason why we treat each other the way, not we, but a majority of black women and black men treat each other like, I would say, animals, is because they were never able to perceive themselves as king and queens and their origin and where they're from. They're constantly lost. And when they come together, they're not bouncing positive ideas off of each other. It's mostly negative ideas.
Yep. And I'll also say, yeah.
I was gonna say D Wolf. Why would you say 3?
3 because I don't see enough of what it should be, but it does exist, and I in my mind that number comes to mind because it's not enough. But when I think about it, I think about how it all basically started, because we were like that. We wouldn't require a restart if it didn't start. Like, all right. It all started with the feminist movement, because back in the day, there was no problems between the black man and the black woman at all, or any couple at all, any race. Then when the feminist movement came around, when they wanted after black men were allowed to vote, black women didn't care about that stuff. Women didn't care about that stuff. Now, when the feminist movement started by the CIA, they wanted more numbers. So they started to bring in the Black woman. And this was a long game plan. This is how they're destroying us. This was a long game plan. So first they brought them in, and then now we're on equal grounds when it comes to policies and stuff like that. So they're saying, oh, you're a strong Black woman, blah, blah, blah. You don't need him, all that stuff. I am woman, hear me roar, all that shit. They started feeding our women that. When we were good. We didn't need that. Our women didn't need that. We had our shit balanced. It was fine. Now we fast forward to what that caused. So when they implemented the plan for, speaking of Biden, and when they implemented the plan where they started to, put the drugs on the street, get the fathers out the home, blah, 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 it hit us most definitely. And then the woman didn't have to look at the Black man anymore like that. It's just the money. And that's what that kind of ingrained in their heads. And mind you, this trickled down to the daughters and granddaughters and so on and so forth. So now it's basically where the question is, now we need a reset. We wouldn't need a reset if all that bullshit didn't happen. So now when you think of now men who want women, they don't know what women they want because of the media and stuff like that. I was explaining earlier to Crystal, if you remember hip hop when it started off as fun. And then towards the late 80s and early 90s, it became conscious, right? And the man didn't like that. So then they introduced crime rhyme, gangster rap. And what did that lead to? Ingraining in our young men's minds that that's the way to life. That's how you proceed. That's masculinity, right? And in turn, they're all gone because they're either killed or in jail. So now the woman is married to the system. And they're married to what they see on TV. They're stuck at home alone. Now they want to do what the man's doing, this and the other, and it's their struggle. There's no man to tell, to either provide for them or uplift them themselves to be like, oh, I got you on this, or we could do this together. We could grow this together. There's no man to do that. So they're there and they're independent. But any good thing, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with independence. But at this level that these feminists are pushing, they don't want no man. Now it's at a point where they don't need one. It's even now to a point, I just saw a meme. First, how did it go? I'm an independent woman. Then it became, I don't need no man. Now it's, I am a man. Right?
I'm sorry.
So with the dudes now, with their fathers gone, and they're being raised by their women, what do they have? What their heroes on TV. So they're seeing that lifestyle, and not only that, what they see in a woman is either what the woman is doing now, their mom, or their sisters, or what the woman is doing on TV, right? And the music videos and shit like that. So what do we see? We're seeing what we want, the fake boobs and the fake shit and all that stuff, and the attitude and the ghetto-ness and shit. That's what we want now. And we're missing the prize of the woman who grew up properly, who grew up with the proper family system, where at least has the wisdom, who knew to get out of that and recognize what a true king and queen status is. And we keep missing it. So when a woman, even if you're a nice guy, you don't know that's what you're missing. You're seeing what you saw and you're living that out. So, and it's hard to get back to that perfect balance, because now a guy's not getting what he wants because he knew what he grew up on. He knows what he expects. So when a woman is strong, he's seeing it as, no, you're not supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be dancing on me, do what I say, blah, 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 And for the woman, this dude's a simp.
Right.
This dude's a simp because he can't handle what she's doing, not knowing, like, no, I just want you to be strong for me or with me, lead me in the right direction. You're not doing that. You're just playing games, shit. You want to go out, this, and the other, or you want me to do this, or you only want me for sex and all that. And the balance is completely gone. And it's so far and few between. That's why my number's at 3. It's so low because it's not enough of that anymore. It's been phased out. And we just it's a perfect question, because we do need a reset on this, but we just need to be educated on how this all started to push back out of it and work our way out of it.
And we got to understand, we got to also understand that every woman in every culture has flaws, okay? But the ones that are magnified is the Black woman, okay? And it's because the black man and the black woman are used to humiliate. They make money. It's a market geared towards humiliating the black man and the black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do it to each other, we're also doing it subconsciously. We're doing it to ourselves on a daily basis. I think that if we can turn what media is trying to portray us as in media when it comes to Black love into something positive and ignore what media states and what other cultures state about us and uplift each other no matter what, I think we'll be fine. But for right now, I just feel like, you know, people who have a platform like Kevin Samuels is just damaging and pushing away and giving other people or other cultures a different perspective of Black women and Black men that's not realistic. For instance, he has a title. It says, "Can white women teach Black women how to get high value Black men?"
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I mean,
Mm-mm.
come on now.
Mm-mm.
Come on.
Mm-mm.
and people listen to this nigga, right?
This
What did I tell you?
Does he not know who he is? You can't say they need to find a man that he just jumped right. He skipped the man and went straight to the white woman for
Right,
advice.
so-
We're supposed to be leading them in the right direction. The men are supposed to be
Right.
leading our women in the right direction, but he skipped us and went to a white woman because
Do you
of what
know-
she does.
Do you know how insulting that is to a Black woman trying to listen to a Black man on something that can probably uplift her? And at one point, some lady was arguing with him, and he said, "You need to shut up, and who cares where you're getting the information from to keep a Black man? Just listen." I mean, come on now. This is the people that we're using to uplift Black women. How is this uplifting in any way, shape, or form? When the idolized beauty is a white woman. I'm not saying that she's not beautiful, but I'm just saying it would be nice for Black women to get rid of the weave, okay, and embrace their hair. Get rid of whatever society is deeming as love and get back to our roots and be vulnerable and be feminine and be soft. And it's okay to, you know, listen to a man, not a little boy, a man. And to know that you're going to be safe in his arms. We have yet, as Black women, to find men that are going to protect us in a way from everyone and not have to worry about having to portray being a white woman or any other culture to feel vulnerable or to feel exotic. We're the only women that can birth any type of color. We can birth a white child if we wanted to. We can birth an Indian child. We are the only race that can do that. That's not exotic enough in today's society. We have to do extra. And God forbid if we wear our natural hair. We're being touched by people that we don't fucking know on a train. And when we go off, we're considered an angry Black woman. These are the things.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
These are the things where Black men need to, I'm not saying that all Black men don't step up, because we do. I think Black women need to acknowledge kings when they see a king and don't put him down for the job he has or where the hell he lives. So on both sides, I just think we need to come together, but we need to stop displaying it for the world to see so that they can make money off of us. And I think that's where the damage is. When you see a white woman or a white man talk, and it's not only that,